We're going to Yellowstone. We are so excited to be going back to Yellowstone. This is our second time there. We went in May of 2017 and we loved it. We thought that this was the best national park. There's just so much to do there, so much to offer, and so we were super excited to be going back. I'm also really excited because my parents are joining us, and so it's going to be really cool because they've never been here before. They get to go to a great place and see all that it has to offer. We meant to try to do this as kids. When I was kids, my parents set out driving us, but we didn't make it because we're kids and kids don't, they don't do long car rides. So I'm really excited that my parents finally get to go to this place, and also because they finally get to see that what we're doing. Nobody really knows what we're doing and how we're living, so I'm really excited to be able to show them.
Once again, Nicole found us a wonderful place to camp. We stayed at Carbella, which is a BLM managed campground, which I would say is probably about 15 minutes, maybe a half an hour outside of the Mammoth Yellowstone National Park entrance. You can stay 14 days. It's free. It is first come, first serve. If it was up to me, we would never leave. Being that close to Yellowstone, I don't know why you would ever go anywhere else. It was really an amazing spot. Because it is first come, first serve, I don't know how you would get a spot in the summertime. We were there, this is the end of September, beginning of October, and we had quite a few spots to get to, but there were a number of nights we were there that was full. So get there early, I guess, would be the best advice I can give to you, and just hope you can get a spot because it is an amazing place to camp right on the river. Every spot has a fire pit, a picnic table, and a bear box because there are bears in the area, although I think you'd be pretty safe there. This place is just amazing. There are outhouses that are there. There's also a boat launch that you can go into the river if you have a boat. People were fishing in the river. I'm sure there's nice stuff there to fish for. Just overall, one of the most amazing campgrounds that we've ever been at, and completely free. So, totally awesome. Something new for us on this trip to Yellowstone was a drive on Beartooth Highway. We were unable to drive Beartooth Highway the first time because it was still closed from all the snow that they received in the winter. And I have to say, Beartooth Highway is absolutely amazing. We were just awestruck with all the things you can see. There was even some snow already this time of year, end of September, beginning of October, and it was just amazing. The alpine lakes that you can see, just the views. We went right around sunset, so it was pretty amazing. It's not a very long drive to go out and back. It'll probably take you a few hours, and it is definitely worth the visit if you're in the area. We were just blown away at how beautiful it was. Beartooth Highway itself, the road, is pretty wild. There are probably more switchbacks than I've seen in any other mountain pass that we've been on. Granted, I don't have a ton of experience driving in the mountains. I am from Michigan. I believe Rockaway Mountain is our main mountain, or maybe Lake of the Clouds. We don't have a lot here, but it was just pretty wild, the number of switchbacks. We had actually at one point in time consider bringing our trailer up that way as how we were going to get into Yellowstone, and I'm definitely glad we didn't. I think that we could have made it, especially some of the other places we've taken it, but it definitely wouldn't have been a good idea. And at the time there was some construction where it was down to one lane, where there were some cliffs and some pretty healthy drop-offs, so that definitely wouldn't have been the place I would have wanted the trailer. Overall, the road was pretty wild. If you're scared of heights, it might not be the place for you, but it's pretty awesome. I believe the elevation tops out at just under 12,000 feet, which is quite high. It was pretty awesome up there as well. Just overall an awesome road.
Hi everyone, I'm Lori, Nicole's mom,
I'm Steve, Nicole's dad.
and we decided at the last minute that we would take off, load the truck, and go visit Nicole and Kyle out west. And so our adventure began.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. We were sitting here, Nicole and Kyle have been talking to us about coming out, and then the schedule worked out where it's like, we literally decided in a week that it's like, okay, we're gonna meet the kids out at Yellowstone, someplace that we've always wanted to go. And so we kind of set up a date where to meet, and we headed out west for what was actually a pretty spectacular trip. So much so that we're probably gonna venture out there again, but don't tell Nicole because she'll be bugging us to go out there again quickly.
So the first day we went out to Yellowstone, and Nicole and Kyle showed us all around, and we were visiting geysers, and lots of them for sure. And it was pretty until we finished, and then we got nailed by the geyser.
Steamboat, was it? Steamboat. The wind that day was blowing hard. It was blowing right over the parking lot where we were at. So when we got in the truck, it was all wet. You didn't really think about anything about it because it just was wet. And so we went on to the next geyser and we toured. And then it wasn't until it dried that it became hard on the truck. Long story short, we had to take it in and had the whole truck wheeled off to get it off the truck. So if you guys are out there looking around, be careful of geysers in the wind directions because it's going to cause a problem with you.
from there, we ventured all throughout the park, seeing all kinds of beautiful animals. The one I remember was the funniest was those rams.
Oh,
They
yeah, big in the
were
park.
yeah.
Yeah, they were cool. They were right beside right beside the road. And you would think the incline was probably 15, 20 feet in the air on a pretty steep incline. And it's like, we're watching them and they just went up the hill just like it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, holy, I know that's what they're supposed to do, but it's like, dang, they were good at that one. But that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and right in the town too, when they had all the elks.
Yeah, the elks was cool. Is that Mammoth?
Yeah,
that was Mammoth. Mammoth is a really cool little place to check out. It's a little busy because I think that's a main hub, people going in, but there's some stores there. Gasoline, you can get gasoline there. But if you go in the evenings is really when the elk come in from wherever, and they just kind of lay around and sit in between the tourists and everybody else, and they're just sitting there chilling. It's pretty amazing, and we didn't walk up to them too close, but it was close enough where we took some really good pictures. Of all the places that you go, there's lots of good sections right there. Go to Canyon Village, because if you go to the, I forget what they call it, but it was Arctic Rocks or something. It's with the waterfalls and the pictures of the canyons where the water is eating out. It was like, oh my God, it was so beautiful. It hurt there. I mean, the pictures, I didn't have camera to do it justice, but it was just absolutely gorgeous. You have to go there and just walk around, and we spent quite a bit of time there just chilling right there. But I mean, overall the park was just amazing.
Yeah, very nice.
Over here, come on down. Yep, come on down right here, buddy. Yep. A little closer. Oh, hang on. A little closer. We're being honked on.
Yellowstone is very nice. I'm glad we went. I'm glad we got to meet up with the kids, and then we followed them all the way to the Teton Mountains.